As the sun began to set over the city, the streets were filled with the hustle and bustle of people going about their business. Cars honked and sirens wailed in the distance, but amidst all the chaos, you were walking home from work. You were a shy and innocent girl who had always lived a sheltered life, and you were completely unaware of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Unbeknownst to you, you were being watched. A young man named Jimin, who was the leader of a powerful mafia family, had spotted you on the street and was immediately drawn to you. He had never seen anyone like you before. Your beauty, your innocence, and your vulnerability were all things that he found incredible alluring. And so, he decided to approach you. "Excuse me, miss," he said, stepping out of the shadows. "Can I walk you home? It's not safe for a young woman to be out here alone at this time." You turned around and saw a handsome man with dark hair and piercing eyes. You felt a surge of fear and curiosity at the same time. You didn't know who he was or what he wanted from you. "Who are you?" you asked nervously. "My name is Jimin," he said, smiling warmly. "I'm sorry if I startled you. I just saw you walking by and I wanted to talk to you." "Why?" you asked, feeling suspicious. "Because you're beautiful," Jimin said, looking into your eyes. "And because I want to get to know you better." You felt a blush rising on your cheeks. You didn't know how to react to his compliment. You had never been approached by a stranger like this before. "I don't think that's a good idea," you said, trying to sound polite. "I don't know you at all." "That's why I want to walk you home," Jimin said, taking a step closer to you.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
"So, we can get to know each other better. Trust me, I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to be your friend." You looked at him hesitantly. He seemed sincere and friendly, but you also sensed something dangerous about him, something that made your heart beat faster and your breath catch in your throat. You didn't know what to do. You wanted to say no, but you also felt a strange attraction to him. You decided to take a chance. "Okay, by the way, my name is Vayan," you said softly. "You can walk me home." Jimin smiled and offered his arm to you. You took it and started walking. As you walked, Jimin tried to make small talk with you, but you were shy and reserved. You didn't say much, but Jimin was captivated by you nonetheless. He found himself wanting to know more about you. So, Ryan, what do you do for a living? I work at a bookstore. A bookstore? That's nice. Do you like books? Yes, I love books. They are my escape from reality. What kind of books do you like? I like romance novels. Romance novels? Really? Why? I don't know. I guess I like the idea of love, of finding someone who cares for you and makes you happy. Jimin smiled. He liked that answer. And what about you? What do you do? Jimin hesitated for a moment. He didn't want to scare you off by telling you the truth. He decided to lie instead. I'm a businessman. A businessman? What kind of business? Import export? That sounds interesting, you said politely. It is, but it's also very stressful. I can imagine. You both continue walking until you reach your apartment building. Can I come in? He asked. You looked at him nervously. You felt a strange attraction to him, but you also felt scared. You didn't know anything about him except his name, his occupation, which could be a lie. I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? He asked. Because because I don't know you. You know me enough to let me walk you home. That's different. How? It just is. Jimin sighed. He knew he had to be patient with you. He didn't want to push you too hard or too fast. Okay, I understand. But can I see you again? You hesitated again. You didn't know what to say. Please, I really like you, Ryan. And I think you like me too, he said softly. You looked into his eyes and saw sincerity. In them, you felt a warm feeling in your chest. Okay, you said softly. Great. Can I have your number? He said happily. You gave him your number and he typed it into his phone. I'll call you soon. He leaned in and kissed you gently on the cheek. You smiled shyly and opened the door to your apartment. He watched you go inside and then turned around and walk away. He smiled to himself as he thought about you. You were perfect for him, his angel, his light in the darkness. He couldn't wait to see you again. Over the next few weeks, Jimin made it a point to run into you whenever he could. He would show up at your work or at the coffee shop you liked to frequent, always with a smile on his face and a charming word on his lips. You were still hesitant around him, but you couldn't deny that there was something about him that drew you in. One night, Jimin took you out to dinner at a fancy restaurant. He was dressed in a suit and tie, looking every bit the part of a powerful businessman. You were nervous, but you couldn't help feeling a little bit excited too. As both of you sat down to eat, Jimin leaned in and whispered in your ear, "You look stunning tonight, sweetheart. I'm so glad you agreed to come with me." You blushed and smiled shyly. Thank you, Jimin. You look very handsome yourself. Jimin smiled and took your hand in his. "I want to tell you something, Ryan, something important." You felt a surge of curiosity and nervousness. "What is it?" Jimin looked into your eyes and said, "I want you to know who I really am, Ryan. I want you to know the truth about me." You felt a pang of fear. "The truth? What do you mean?" Jimin sighed and said, "I'm not just a businessman, Ryan. I'm the leader of the Park family, the most powerful mafia family in the country." You gasped and pulled your hand away from his. You looked at him with shock and disbelief. "What? You're a mafia boss?" Jimmy nodded and said, "Yes, Ryan, I am. And I know this is a lot to take in, but please don't be afraid of me. I would never hurt you, Ryan. You have to believe me." You felt a wave of emotions wash over you. You didn't know what to think or what to say. You felt betrayed but also intrigued. You felt scared but also drawn to him. You looked at him and asked, "Why are you telling me this now? Why did you lie to me?" "I didn't lie to you, Ryan. I just didn't tell you everything. I wanted to get to know you first. Before I told you the truth, I wanted you to see me for who I am, not for what I do." "And who are you, Jimin? Who are you really?" "I'm a man who loves you, Ryan. A man who wants to be with you." And then, out of nowhere, Jimin leaned in and kissed you. You were taken aback at first, but as Jimin's lips pressed against yours, you felt something stir inside you. It was a feeling you had never experienced before, a rush of excitement and desire that made your heart race. Jimin sensed your hesitation and pulled back slightly. He looked into your eyes and smiled softly. "I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. You're so beautiful, Ryan, and you're so different from anyone I've ever met. You make me feel things I've never felt before." You didn't know what to say. You were flattered by his words. But you also felt uneasy. You knew he was dangerous, that he was involved in things that you couldn't even imagine. You stared at Jimin, feeling a mix of confusion and attraction. You didn't know what to do. You wanted to run away, but you also wanted to stay. You wanted to hate him, but you also wanted to love him. Jimin saw the conflict in your eyes and said, "Please, Vian, don't be afraid of me. I know this is a lot to take in, but I'm still the same Jimin you met and fell in love with. I'm still the same Jimin who cares for you and makes you happy. Nothing has changed between us, Vian. Nothing except the truth." You felt a tear roll down your cheek and said, "But how can I trust you, Jimin? How can I be with you, knowing what you do, knowing what you are?" Jimin wiped your tear away and said, "You can trust me, Vian, because I trust you. I trust you enough to tell you the truth, even if it means risking losing you. I trust you enough to let you decide what you want to do with this information. I trust you enough to respect your choice, whatever it may be." You looked at him and said, "And what if I choose to leave you, Jimin? What if I choose to walk away from this? Then I will let you go, Vian, but not without a fight, not without telling you how much I love you and how much I need you in my life, not without asking you to give me a chance to prove myself to you, a chance to show you that I'm more than a mafia boss, a chance to make you happy." Jimin, you felt your heart melt at his words and said, "Please, Vian, give me a chance. Give us a chance. Don't let this ruin everything we have. Don't let this change how you feel about me." You looked into his eyes and saw the sincerity and love in them. You felt your own love for him grow stronger and said, "Okay, Jimin, okay. I'll give you a chance. I'll give us a chance." Jimin smiled and hugged you tightly. He kissed your forehead and said, "Thank you, Vian. Thank you so much. You won't regret this, I promise." You hugged him back and said, "I hope not, Jimin. I hope not." The two of you finished your dinner and left the restaurant together. You held his hand and felt his warmth and strength. You felt a new sense of adventure and excitement in your relationship. You didn't know what the future would bring, but you knew one thing for sure. You loved Jimin, and he loved you. You smiled as you watched Jimin play with your baby boy. He was making funny faces and noises, making the baby giggle and coo. You felt a surge of love and happiness in your chest. You couldn't believe how much your life had changed in past few years. You had married Jimin, the love of your life and the leader of the Park family. You had moved into his mansion, where you were treated like a queen by his loyal men and staff. You had given birth to his son, who was the spitting image of his father. You had also learned to accept Jimin's lifestyle and business. You knew he was still involved, but you also knew he was doing his best to keep you and your son safe and happy. You knew he was trying to change for the better, to make the world a better place for his family. You trusted him and he trusted you. You spotted him and he spotted you. You loved him and he loved you. You were happy. Jimin looked up at you and smiled. Hey beautiful, come here and join us. You got up from the couch and walked over to him. He wrapped his arm around your waist and pulled you close. He kissed your cheek and said, I love you, Ryan. You kissed his lips and said, I love you too, Jimin. You looked at your baby boy and said, and I love you too. Your baby smiled and reached out his tiny hands to touch your face. Mama, Papa. You and Jimin laughed and hugged him. That's right, baby. We're your mama, Papa. And we're so proud of you, baby. You're our little miracle. You cuddled together on the floor, feeling the warmth and joy of your family. You didn't know what the future would bring, but you knew one thing for sure. You were happy. When I say I love you more, I don't mean I love you more than you love me. I mean I love you more than the bad days ahead of us. I love you more than any fight we will ever have. I love you more than the distance between us. I love you more than any obstacle that could try and come between us. I love you the most.